Hello friends. So we have started the Java collection series. So in that we have completed the collection. What do you mean by collection? Why we need the collection? And also we are seeing the array and how we can use the array and what are the drawbacks of the array. All these things we have covered in the last video. And also the array and the difference between arrays and collection we that also we have seen. And after that, we are started the collection hierarchy. In the last video, we are seeing the all the collection interfaces and their types and how can we use that interfaces in the different classes. So that also we can seen. And we today we are going to start with the first interface, that is list interface. So in that we are going to implement the list, and we are also using the classes that are implementing the list. So that also we are going to see seen today. And also one problem that we can solve easily by using list. So we are also doing that also. So let's start with the first with the list. So we can see that all the collection and their types are present in the java.util package. So a list also present in the java.util package. And if you see the definition of collection, so collection represent a single unit of object. That means collection only store the object's value, not the primitive value. If you try to store the primitive values like by using int, then by boolean, then the all are this type we cannot store in the collection. So that's why we have to use the wrapper classes for to store the elements. Like if you want to store the 100 or any number, so we have to use integer class to store the element. So these are the things we have to consider to by using the list. And if you see the third point, that is the maintain order collection. That means if you try to store any value in the list, it maintain the order. That means if you try want to store the names of A, B, C, D, and if you try to store like first A, then B, then C, and then D, and it will maintain that order accordingly. And also, this is a list is index-based methods. That means if you store this element and if you want to get any value, so it will store that in order manner, and it will give the index value to the that element, and we can get by using their indexes. So first, the index start with a zero and goes up to the where the list size goes. And if you want to store the duplicates elements, you can do that also. And you can store the null value, because object has a null value also, so we can store that also. So these are the things we can have to consider by if you want to use the list. And there are different methods that are present in the list. So list is an interface, so we don't have to have any control on the updating the name and all these things. So we have to use the inbuilt methods to use the adding, then removing. So we have to use inbuilt method. So first one is the add, then second one is the remove. As the name suggests, the add means the adding the element in the list. Remove means remove the element. And if you use the get, that means if you want to get any value from the list, you can do that also. And after that, we can set the elements. That means if you want to update the element in the list, like if you want to update the element of person, and you can do that also in the list. And you can if you want to get the size of the list, you can use the size method. And if you want the sorting technique, so we can do that also in the list. But sorting technique, we have to use another approach. So that's why we are covering in tomorrow's lecture. So we are covering the these five methods in today's lecture. So let's start with the our first method, that is adding. Before that adding, we are going to see the how we can implement the list by using their classes. So first go through the we are going to through the coding. So first we are going to use list, that is the interface, and we have to import the every element that we are using that are present in the Java util. So that's why we have to use that also. So first we are going to importing the java.util. If you see the java.util dot list is imported, and if you don't want to import every class present or interface present in the java.util, you can use the star, and it will import that present in the java.util directly. You don't have to consider or import every time. So first, if you see the representation, uh, first one is the list interface. Then after that, we are using to give the data type in this. So we have to give data type. So I am using the string data type. And if you don't want to give the data type, we have to just remove this, and we have to give variable name. That is, so I am giving the list variable name equal to, and we have to give new keyword. So because we are creating the new list, and to create a list, we have to use their classes. So because we are using the interface, and if you want to use their classes, you can do that. So I am using the first class, that is array list, and to representation is same as we try to create the array. And if you want to give the size of the this list, you can do that in the this bracket. And if you want to give the what you call data type, you can do that also in this section. And if you see the list interface, you have to just open the declaration. So first I have to select the text, and then I have to open that. So if you see, it is an interface, and it will extend the collection interface. So if you see the hierarchy of uh, every interface, the parent is the collection. So we have to extend that also. And if you see the methods present in the list, is first one is the size. It will return the size of the list. And a second one is the is empty. It will check that the element is that is the list is empty or is not empty. It will return the boolean value, that is true or false. And after that, it will if you want to check that element is present in the list or not, you can use the contains method also. And all these things are we are going to see in one by one. And after that, if you see the array list class here, that extend the first abstract list. Abstract list means we have to minimize the interfaces, and that is you can use the random access. So that's why we have to use abstract class. Then implements the list interface, first one. Then use the random access. That means the random access interface. So randomly you can use the element. And also the clonable, that means without using the new keyword, we can copy and paste the element present in the that first list. We can use that also. And that also this array list also support the serialization. That means we can convert the data into byte. So that is the all things we can do that. And if you see the first one, that is default capacity, that means default size of the any array, that is like an array list, is 10. First it will 10, and if after inserting 10 elements, it will update by using the formula that is present in the this array list class. You can see this by using open declaration option, and you can see the all these things, and it will update the all the cap what we call capacity of any element, and that all the methods that are present in the list are implemented in the array list class. So first we are going to insert the integer. So I am going to use the integer data type. So I am going to insert list dot, and if you see the first it will show add. So I am going to add the element. So first off I have go to add 100, then I am going to add 200, then I am going to add 500, and if you want to see the result, so I am going to give printing the list. So to run the class I have to go to run, and if you see the I have successfully inserted the elements in the list. And if you see the here list has maintained the order that I am going to follow. If I change the order like this, I am going to paste in between. And if you see the result, it will follow the same order like 100, 500, and 200. And I have, if I want to get the any value, I have to use get keyword, and it will ask the index. So if you see the indexes, that is first one start with a 0, that means 100 has an index of 0, then 500 has an index of 1, and 200 has an index of 2. And also we can use the size also. If you want to see the size of the list, we can use list dot size. It will return the size of the list. So first I will show you the size of the list, and then I will show the how can we get the any element. So if you see the size is the 3, and if you I want to get the element present at the 0th, so I have to use index at 0, and it will give me the element that is present, that is 100. It will return me the 100. And if I want to remove any element that is present in the list, we can do that. There are two methods. First one is index, second one is the object. That means we can remove by using index value, or we can do remove by using element present in the object. So first one I will remove by using index. So I am going to remove the first element, that is 100. So if you see, I have removed the first element, that is 100. And if you want to remove by using what we call object, you can do that also. So I am removing 500 because I am using the index, so it is taking first method, that is index. So that's why we have to use object. So to use object, we have to go through the object, and we have to uh, give the object. So I'm going to remove that, but it is taking the same method. So we have to use. I will show you the another example for a string, so that in that we will see the how can we remove by using object. So these also we have done. Then we are going to see the set. So we want to set the value. So if you see, I want to set the value. That means I want to set at position 1 400. I can do that also. And if you see the updated result, that the 400 is placed in the place of 500. That means the 500 will be replaced by 400 and it will update the list also. And if you want to add the elements by using integer, we can do that. So I'm going to give the integer value, what we call 2, and I am going to give value 700. It will add the element at the 200, and it will 200 will move to the next index. So if you see, the I have also updated the 500, and also if you see the 700 is inserted and 200 move to the next indexes. This is also the add technique. We can do that, that is present in the list. And if you want to sort these, we have to use the collections, that is a interface present in the this is the class that is present in the collection that implements the collection interface. And if you use the sort, and if you pass the list directly, that is the list, that is the name of list, it will sort the accordingly. And if you see the result, it will sort the in the ascending order. And if you want to sort in the descending order, we have to use collections dot reverse order, and it will sort in the reverse order. You can see that the 700 is coming first because it is greater. Then after that 400, 200, 100. So I'm going to give the second example. So that is related to class, how we can use the same list for a class. So I have created one class is related to book. So I have given a elements like integer. I have integer type, that is book ID. Then I have given a name, then publisher, and I have given also the price. So then I have created the constructor class that will take the input and that will update the value of these attributes. And also if you want to get the any value, I have used the getter setter. So this is the fully what you call encapsulated class. So that's why I have used the getter setter. And after also I have used the toString method because I want to see the what is the element that attributes value. So that's why I have used the toString method that will give them me the what is present in the class. So if you see, I have first created the list, then I have given the data type, that is the class name, that is book, and I have given the variable name. And after that, I have created new by using new keyword, new array list or list, and I have used array list class to convert into object. And then I have inserted the first element of book by using new book. What is then I have given a book ID, then book name, then publisher name, and then price. Same with the second. If you see, I have inserted. So I am going to insert the third one, that is add new book. I am giving the ID as 3103 and name as anything. And same with the publisher name, I am giving something else. And price, I am giving 780. And after that, I am going to give the completing the program. And if you see, I am going to run the program, and to print the value, I am using the 16.out that println. And if you see that result, that is giving me according to I want in the that order, I am getting that. If you see that I am using the book toString method that is present in the book, and it will printing the first ID, then name, then publisher, and then price. And this is the first book, if you see. This is the second, and third one is here. I'm getting in be a little bit in was. So I'm going to use iterator operator. That is, I want to print one by one. So to use the iterator operator, first one method is the for method. That is the normal method. We can use that. So that is int I equal to 0, I less than. So books. So we have to go through one by one. So we can use size. That means up to the size I have to print the element I plus plus. And if you want to use the get method, so first we have to use the print method. So that is system.out.println books dot get, and we have to pass index. So that's why we started with a 0 and up to the books dot size. So that's how we use the operator. And if you see the result, so I have printed one by one. First, I have printed the first book, then second and third. This is the first normal loop. And if you want to use advanced loop, that is for I have to give the data type. So I am giving the data type. Then I have to give the variable name. So I am giving book. So and where which on which we want to apply the for loop. So we have to give the books, the way list name, and directly we have to just print the that is this name we have to just print. And you can see, so I'm going to stop by using this method. Mm, If you see, I am using the second that is advanced for loop. If you see, I have printed all three elements present in the books. And if you want to sort, so we are going to see in the tomorrow's lecture about how we can sort this book class according to our need. So we can do that also. So thank you for watching this video.